When Dr. Martin Luther King said that he had a dream that children would be judged on the quality of their character, online, you can be judged on the quality of your character. Online, no one knows what color you are or what accent you speak with. Online, for the short term that we have before our kids' photos end up all in video feeds all the time, we have a few years where our kids can be who they are inside. They're not fat, they don't have pimples, they're not popular or unpopular. They are who they want to be. Unfortunately, sometimes they want to be a drunken slut on MySpace, but that's another matter.
The first teen who was killed because of an internet sexual predator was not too far from here in Danbury, Connecticut. She was 13 years old. Her name was Christina Waugh. She was co-captain of her cheerleading squad and a member of the National Honor Society. She created a profile, and on the profile she talked about how she was up for anything. Well, a lot of men contacted her, including one who was 23 years old. Brazil, but he lived in Connecticut. She made arrangements to meet him. Chrissy's Aunt Shelley said she was going to take Chrissy to the mall because Chrissy wanted to hang out with her friends, and her friends came to the door of the mall and they all waved. And Shelley said, "I'll be back at 9. She got a phone call from the chaplain telling her that Chrissy was dead. This man she had met had molested her, strangled her, dumped her body. Since then, 5 kids died. 11.5 to 15-year-old kids are the ones at greatest risk, and most of them come from towns like this.
Threats. I'm going to kill you. I know how you walk home from school. We're going to come in and do whatever. Threats, now you're getting to something that may be legally actionable. If they're young enough, you're looking at juvenile delinquency laws, you may at least be able to call them up and do something. Computer attacks are legally actionable, generally at a federal level. Proxy provocation, that's where you get pedophiles showing up at the front door, a hate group showing up at the front door, that may be legally actionable too. In all of these cases, unless there's an actual offline threat, or unless there's a proxy situation where there's a group that's going to threaten you offline, the best course of action is to report it to the ISPs.
Your acceptable use policies absolutely have to deal with off-premises activities of the students. Head on. Dear parents and child, we believe that what children do on the internet has an immediate impact on what they do in school under certain circumstances. Therefore, by signing below, you consent to our being able to discipline a student for what they do off premises if it involves the name of the school, other students in the school, or anyone employed by the school or otherwise affiliated in the school, and are where it was posted as though it had occurred during the school hours using our equipment. Love and kisses. Nigerian schemes. A lot of this started in the early Nigerian schemes, and everyone thinks they're really cool and wonderful, and they just came out recently. I will tell you that I represented a Bahrainian prince who was scammed by the Nigerian scheme long before the internet was a twinkle in Vint Cerf's eye. And in this, he called me and he said, "I need your help." He said, I reached out to someone and I was dealing with the brother of the president of Nigeria. Now, many of you may know the brother personally, because I get several emails from that brother now. And some from his widow and some from his son. In fact, I had no idea how many high-level people I knew in the world until I started reading my emails. Now, in the olden days, I remember one of the early phishing on AOL when I said, somebody's asking for my password, and